Hi everyone, this is Billy Ariel Real Life, and I'm coming before you in front of the mic, and I'm with the Resistance team inside the studio. People, I'm here because I wanted, uh, pick a bone with you people, as the saying goes. This is Donald Trump. Donald Trump is causing more problems for the American people than any president that we've had in all the years of serving time. Donald Trump hate people, and and to be honest about it, I'll come out and bluntly and say this: Donald Trump is making it hard for the black people and you white people who are middle class and lower. He's making it so, whereas now he's changing rules and bills to make the people suffer. Now, what he has stated so far is that if you want to get a house, in order to get that house will not be paid off until 50 years. Did you hear that, people? Donald Trump is saying that if you want to purchase a house, if the house is, let's say, $50,000 or $100,000 or $300,000, you won't be able to pay that house off until 50 years from the time that you make the settlement and go and have the house and this sort of thing. Donald Trump is making it hard for everybody. The only people who will not suffer will be those of his allies and those who are high class that's making millions and millions of dollars. But anyone that's making $50,000 and under, the poor white class people, and I don't mean to say it like that, but I have to be blunt now, and the poor black class of people, they are going to suffer, and that includes myself as well. We all are going to suffer. Donald Trump has changed this and changed that. Not only with buying a home, he also states this as well. When you go and get a car, buy a car, sometimes your car loan could be maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years. Now he has changed it to be that car loan will last for 15 years. People, let me tell you something. You can sit back and say what you will and may say. America is going down. If you think you're going to get rid of Donald Trump, you're not going to get rid of Donald Trump. It's the only way to get rid of Donald Trump. There's only one way to stop him. It's only one way. And that way is for people to get up and start rebelling. All of this that's going on, it's going to affect you too. All of this that Donald Trump is doing, he's trying to make the people suffer. He's trying to make the people die. And what people are you talking about? Number one is the black race of people. He got rid of the immigrants, the Spanish immigrants. He got rid of them. And we told you once before that when he put them over there in the Alcatraz, they killed those people. Did you think we're not about that? They put those Spanish people into the Alcatraz River and had the crocodiles to eat them up. How do we know that? There's from source. That's how we know the source. Our sources. And that's why when someone went over there to Alcatraz to see the Spanish and the Mexicans over there, well, everything's here to be all right. It's not crowded over here. No, it's not crowded because what they was authorized to do was to take those Spanish women and men and their children and throw them into the water, and the alligators ate them up. You don't believe that, do you? Because it didn't happen to you. Come on, people, wake up and smell the coffee. It's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse. Every day he's putting more and more pressure on the black race of people and the white and lower class people. The only one that's going to survive is the rich bureaucrat. And then you sit back, and I know that you sit back and you say, well, that's what he wants us to do. He wants us to start something. He wants us to get angry. He wants us to get mad. But when he has tied the knot in every knot hole, what are you going to do then? You can't get a car now. You can get a car, but it's more years to pay off that loan. When you get a house, some people have, well, some people, they're just that close to getting the deeds of the house. But now with Donald Trump putting into bill that it's going to take years longer. What are you people gonna do? This could have been avoided a long time ago. But you sat on your asses, and I'm gonna have to say this. You sat on your asses and you talked about, well, the ancestor told us to do this. Or and some white people, well, now we're not gonna, we hate it, but but what can we do? It's a whole lot that you can do. And I'll tell my black brothers and sisters, and I said it once and I'll say it again, the ancestors didn't tell you a damn thing. You're putting something on the ancestors because you have a fear of going out there doing it for yourself. And I know what I'm talking about. Ancestors haven't told you a damn thing. The ancestors told us that it's not our fight for us just to hold up. The ancestors, if they was here today and they knew and they saw what was going on, they wouldn't be like the slaves back in the day. They would be putting up fights, in which they did at that time. But you black people and you white people just sit back and, well, everything is going to get better because Donald Trump, he's going to make it better, and then we got this one in that office and that one in office. It's not going to get any better. Donald Trump is sitting in his office thinking of ways that he can smash us all down, thinking of ways. And you all are sitting back and you're not doing a damn thing about it. I have to give credit to those June the 6th white men that went to the Capitol. They went to the Capitol and they stole that Capitol. And sure, some got away and some was arrested. But they could always, and we can always say about them, but they can say about themselves. That's what they did. They stuck together and they stormed that Capitol. But what are you people doing today? Nothing. It's not going to get any better. Today is worse than it was yesterday. Yesterday was worse than the day before. Each day it comes up, it's going to be worse than the day before. After a while, when you do decide to jump up and do something, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. And you sit back and you talk on YouTube and you talk on TikTok what you don't like and he's doing this and he's doing that. And I hate this and I hate that. But you're not doing anything. And it takes more than 350 people to do something. It's just not our fight. It's y'all's fight too. But you're not doing a darn thing. You're sitting back and you're complaining. Donald Trump is putting fear into people's hearts, and you all are falling for it because he has put fear in your hearts as well. And how? Oh, Billy, he hasn't. Well, he has because you're not doing anything. People are being laid off of jobs. There are more people homeless today than it ever has been in a decade, and then some. People are walking around the streets, don't know where to go, what to do, don't have food to eat. Then they go to other places and try to get food. And you know what the government does? You all don't know this, do you, people? You don't know at all. You know what the government do, especially these churches. They'll give you food, but food that has expired. Did you know that, people? And then you're thinking that the church is helping you. The church is not doing a darn thing to help you because the churches are governed and advised by the higher ups, Donald Trump, and all those up there. The churches have to do exactly what they tell them to do. And if they don't do what they are told to do, then what'll happen? They're taken out. Just like the celebrities. She's just like the celebrities. Just like it is with Tyler Perry. People have talked about, oh, Tyler Perry, he gave so many millions of dollars for food to help them. Don't you realize, people, Tyler Perry is a puppet. They told Tyler Perry, you got too much money. You can't take that until the new year. You have to get rid of it. Now, what I would suggest that you do, Mr. Perry or Tyler, is to go and buy food for the people to eat. Tyler Perry didn't do that on his own. How did you know, Billy? Oh, because we got sources. We got sources that tell us these things. Do you think we're lying about it? No, we're not. Tyler Perry is ordered to do exactly what is told of him to do. If they didn't tell Tyler Perry to give that money for the benefit of the people not getting food, Tyler Perry wouldn't have did that. Why did Tyler Perry have to wait at this time? He could have did this a long time ago. To the many ones who didn't have SNAP and who was hungry. But you people, you sit back and you believe every darn thing that comes out of their mouths. And everything that you believe and everything that you accept is going to tear you down. Donald Trump is making it hard for everybody now. And he's trying to make people sick. He's trying to make people weak. And he's trying to put death upon people. This man is not going to get any better. Tomorrow, and I guarantee you tomorrow will be worse than it was today. Every day you're being suffocated, day by day, suffocated. I have read one time when me and the team we read a month or two ago where they're talking about people paying for oxygen. And I guess you people to do that, do you? Well, no, now, Stephen, you got enough money because you got to have money next month for the oxygen. You people would do that. You sit back on your asses and you don't do a thing. And you think that you're doing something, but you're not. And I'll say again, and I'll say it twice, and I'll say it 3 times. The ancestor did not tell y'all anything. I don't know where you get this shit from. Well, the ancestor told us. The ancestors speak to us. The ancestors are up there on that fucking moon. They can tell you anything. What they can do, they can pray for you all or make better wishes for you all, but the ancestors do not tell you anything. They're not allowed to do it. Because where they are, that the devil, Lucifer and George as well, have governed their minds and their hearts. They haven't told you anything. I don't understand where people got this from. The ancestors came to me last night and told me the ancestors didn't do it. It was nobody but the archons. And you all don't have shit enough to realize that. You think it, and you wake up another night and somebody said, well, I want you to, don't go left, but go right. Oh, well, that was the ancestor. That was nothing but the archons. And the reason why the archons are doing this and saying this to y'all, because they are trying to make you delay on the purpose that they have for you, the evil purpose. I don't understand. America is being torn down slowly but surely. Donald J. Trump hates us Americans. He will try everything he knows how to kill us all by starving, by putting us out on the streets. Because, now if a homeless person is on the street, what happens to them? They go to jail. And people are trying their best not to be homeless. Because they know if they go to jail, that's the end of their life. That 2 years ago, there was a man at a shelter, and he said, when the reporter came up to me, he said, yeah, they killing people in there. And they were and they were doing this. And this was right here in America, in DC. So I'm sorry, it was Texas. And if they can do that in Texas, what do you think they did over there in Alcatraz? What do you think they do when you see bodies laying in bushes and they're down to skeleton bones? Or you may find a body here and a body there, and they have been missing for days. What do you think happened to them? They just ran away and so no. These things are being done to people. They're taking people out. When you go to the hospitals, you go to the hospital and I'm sick and I don't feel. What do you think happens at the hospital? There was a mother whose son, she took her son, her and her husband, took her son to the hospital. The doctors wouldn't talk to them at all the whole entire time that was at the hospital. When they really got their son back, they found out their sons had no internal organs. That's why the doctors wouldn't talk to them. That's why the doctors wouldn't say anything to them. And the mother and father were so overwrought. They wanted to see their son. The doctor said, yeah, he's not prepared to see it. And what they brought him to the hospital for was something that was, he needed to see a doctor, but it wasn't anything that was really drastic. But when they finally saw their son, the mother and father, every bit of his organs was taken out. Because Donald J. Trump is allowing him to do this. He is allowing the police officers, the military, all of them, ISIS, all of them, the National Guards. He is telling them to get rid of the people, whichever. If you want to beat them to death. If you want to kill them, he is doing this. And because it hasn't happened at your house, on your doorstep, on your doorstep, I should say. You say, whatever I get, when I pray. Prayer is not going to do a damn thing, people. And yes, I am shouting and I am angry. Because if your prayers meant anything, if your prayers was doing anything, why are so many people homeless? Why are so many people dying? Why? And you're thinking that your God is going to help. Your God is none other than Lucifer. That's who and when somebody tell you, speak the truth to you, you don't believe it until they hit your own damn house. But I'm going to pray for him because, oh God, Father, please help him to leave. There have been many people out there in the streets have faced death and they called on the name of Jesus and they still died, left mother, wife, and children at home. They were Christians too, but they died. And you know where them people are? Up there on the moon. And the moon is getting so full now that they're trying to, if they haven't done so already, to make another moon. Your Jesus is not doing anything. If you want your loved ones to be safe, then you have to get up off of your ass and do something. If you want your loved ones to be safe, then stop calling on this Jesus. This Jesus is the one that's causing all this confusion. Hell, even Donald Trump says he believes in Jesus. This man he stood in front of a church holding the Bible. This man believes in Jesus, but he's causing the destructions upon the people, and it's affecting more of the black people than it is any other race. Sure, if the white people, the lower class, if they get in the midst, take them out too. But what he says is more effect on the black race of people. He doesn't want black people to have cars. He doesn't want black people to have insurance on their cars. He doesn't want black people to have homes. He doesn't want the black people to have apartments, jobs. No, don't give them any jobs. Let them start at the bottom. People who have gone to college, they have gotten degrees, and they can't get the job that they want. But your God, your Jesus Christ, he's all divine. He's all perfect. Jesus Christ ain't shit. Because I'm sick of this stuff. I'm sick of every day. I hear this and I hear not only me, the team as well. We're getting tired of hearing, tomorrow, what's going to happen tomorrow? Something worse than tomorrow than it was today. And then once again, people are running to churches. Well, I got food over here, so they come over it, and the food you better, when you go to these churches and get food, if it's canned food, whatever it is, make sure that you look at the expiration date. Because churches are working in unison with the president, with the government. And this is a time to trust no one. That Bible did say to be a watchman on the tower. So you have to watch 24/7 because we are living in a world, in a society now that hell is breaking loose. And people are sitting on their asses, not doing anything. You're out there, you're doing the dances, the boot to the ground dances and all this kind of stuff. But it's going to hit you. It's a lot of people that didn't cry for their own black race of people because the mother have lost their daughter or the father has lost a son or some kind of destruction that came upon them. Well, and they, the other race of people will get in front of the camera. But I'm so sorry for them. My heart is with them, and I just like I said, we have to pray until it hits them. Then when it hits them, then they realize the situation that the other mother and father, the parents and family were in, and they want someone to help them. Yeah, you people better wake up because a lot of people are being deceived. I mean, a lot of them are being deceived. And there's one part of that Bible that I like, and I always mention it. People shall perish because of a lack of knowledge. You will have no knowledge at all. You believe everything that the news reporters say. You believe everything that Donald Trump says. You believe everything that so and so said. Instead of just believing what your subconscious is telling you. You have, and I've told you many times, the thing, you have the power. The power is from within. Your power is the guiding one. It will lead you into the truth. It will help you to distinguish what's right and what's not wrong. That's your third eye. And you know what the hospital will do. We found that out too from our sources that when a person go into the hospital, the first thing they'll do is take out that third eye. Why did they do that? Just like that boy, the mother and father who had their son going around, they took out his eyes, his third eye, everything. They gave him back to his parents, an empty shell. That third eye is the knowledge. That third eye will lead and guide you. It leads to your subconsciousness. But you people will believe anything and everything. Because why? Because you are carnal minds. You know, we the resistance team every day we try to endure as much as long as we can. We try to drive our cars to try to go to this place and that place to help everyone. We can't fly anymore. Because why? Because number 47, your president, has stopped the airplanes from going because people are not going to work free of charge. Why should people work free of charge when that man is sitting over there in the White House, any place he wants to go, he got an airplane he could ride in, anywhere he wants to go. But the regular everyday people, they can't go anywhere because no one's paying the pilots. But I guarantee you, we guarantee you, the pilot that he used to fly his plane, the presidential plane, he's being paid. It's wrong, people. And you all have been silent. You're not saying anything, not saying nothing whatsoever. And I told you once before how in schools, I told the mothers and the fathers, you are just parents. You're running after a child. I don't care if a mother been in labor for 14, 15, 3 days. That's not your child. Because the government can step in and take your child whenever they want to. And eventually that's going to happen. Because if they see the mother and the father out there in the streets, they're going to lock you up and take your child. And they want your child. And we found out from sources, because I want to get everything out there, found out from sources, yes, they do sexual trafficking with the kids, but you know what they also do to the kids when your kids are kidnapped and taken? They take their organs. They take your organs because they need organs. And under the ground is a whole new city underground. From Washington, D.C. to New York, Virginia, all across the world. Even from here to Russia, there's a whole underground of cities and stores, just like we see here on this matrix car dealer places and cleaners and grocery stuff. They have it underground. But you all didn't know that, did you? Because if you ask one of the big desserts, oh no, who told you that? It's foolish. We don't have any places on the ground. They do. They have it all. But they're trying to take from people like you and you and you and myself. They're trying and the team. They're trying to take things from us to benefit them. This is why they have put a long years on having a house. You can't get your deed in 3 or 4 years anymore. You can't pay off that car at 3 or 4 years. You can't do it. He's making sure that you stay in debt. Because if you stay in debt, when that program that he invents, that he's already been invented, that program, social credit system, and he wants the black people to be in debt. And you poor white class people, that's what he calls you all. He wants you to be in debt. He wants you to not be able to pay off anything. And that way he can keep you at a disadvantage. You can't go to the store and use that card, that thing that's in your hand, the RFID chip. You won't be able to use that. You go into the store. I'm sorry, you've been denied. Or why? Because your credit. You see, that man, 47, is insane. And we, the team, we don't mind. He's insane. He wants to be a dictator. He wants to be the king. And you all made him like that when you went down there and you had the protest march and you say, King's Day, you made him the king. You made him. Instead of leaving one another alone, or if you're going to do that, don't have any sign that says no king day. You all made him that king. Because she said after it was done, well, they say I'm a king, but I'm going to act like a king. But really in his heart, he wants to be a dictator. People, there's going to come a point in our lives that we're getting tired. And it's only so much because it's going to come to the point where nobody will be able to move freely. Nobody will be able to buy anything freely. Nobody will be able to do anything freely unless you have that mark in your hand, the digital ID, and everything. Because he's saying now today that when you go to the grocery stores, you have to show ID. Have to, isn't that just to show ID? Well, many times when one would go to the grocery store, you go walk into the grocery store, buy your food, get in front of the counter, pay for your food, and come out to your cars. Now you have to show ID. And you people, and you black people, you're not doing a darn thing. Though. And then they get some black men call themselves the new Black Panthers. You're no more than the new Black Panthers than the gold they have in Africa. You're not anything. You sit around here and you marching. You're the many men that you have in the new Black Panthers. You're marching and you're saying your salute and crap. You're not doing a darn thing. Because you know why? You know why you're not doing anything? Because our sources told us exactly who you are. They are puppets of the power to be Illuminati. That's who you all were signed, sealed, and delivered by them and from them. That's why you march around, you act like, hey, hello, and walk the mother around, and all you got, and letting people, having people think, hey, those our black brothers up there marching on, they for our defense. And the people don't realize that all of you black men out there, the new Black Panthers are nobody or nothing but what their high elites, the Illuminati, has assigned for you all to do. That's why you don't come to nothing. Because you are authorized just like the celebrities are. Don't go. Don't do this. You're no new Black Panthers. The old Black Panthers back in the day, we did research on them. The old Black Panthers would be out there when the police officers told them, put your guns away. And Huey Newton, Ralph Brown, and Stokely Carmichael, all of them would say, when you put your guns away, then we'll put ours away. And they stood tall. They went to the courthouses with their guns. No police officer, nobody told them anything. They would not assign themselves to no high power government. That's why the government went and blew up their headquarters, because they couldn't get through to the Black Panthers. And these new Black Panthers ain't nothing today. Ain't nothing but a shaft. But they fooling all of you all. And you all believe it. But you're going to believe it until your demise. Because I'm telling you, people, if you think, and I said this one time before, and when I say I, it's the team to go, they're here, they're right, and you can say, well, they're here. They're here. But we have stated to you many times before, the sun may come out tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. The sun may come out tomorrow. You know how it went? And you may think that everything is going fine, but one day this world is going to stop. You're not going to be able to do anything. You're not going to be able to go anywhere. You're not going to be able to say anything because you're going to be stopped. And just like our ancestors back there in the day, how they were working out there on the plantation, in the fields, it's going to get like that today. But it's going to be you black people. It's not going to be the low class whites. It's going to be you black people. You're going to be out there. And there's not going to be a darn thing that you can say about it. And that's why I say to you all, it's sad to see a race of people, blacks, whites, Spanish, even Spanish, who are citizens of the United States of America. But Everyone has fear. You're so afraid. Well, I don't want to because they can take my citizenship away from me, and I don't want to do it because I got children, I got a husband, all of that is taken. Don't you know it's going to be taken away from you regardless? If you have a house and you pay $300,000 for that house, in 50 years, that house is going to double. It's going to, you'll never get that house paid off. And that's what his intentions is, for you to never get that house paid off. And if you say, well, I got my house, I got my title, my deed to my house, something else is going to happen. Well, you're going to lose that house. This man is a dangerous man, and you all are falling for it. You go out there, and we told everybody, don't go to the voting polls. Don't vote for Donald Trump. Don't do it. And people went anyway, because you know why? Because they thought that Donald Trump, I'm gonna clean the swamp. And they thought the swamp was us black people. And now they are suffering just like the regular everyday Joe. And they're complaining. Well, if I'd have known that Donald Trump was going to be like that, I would never voted for it. But sometimes it pays to listen to people. It's not that, and you think because someone doesn't have that high status, someone doesn't talk like Jasmine Crockett, because someone doesn't talk like high, what the way you want them to talk. They're not the people to listen to. But we, the resistance team, we know what we're talking about. And everything that we have said so far, and that's been truthful. Now, I want to say one more thing before I leave. When I told you all to be in the house by 12 o'clock midnight, because 1 minute after 12 will be the devil's day for 3 days. And some of you probably said, oh, Billy, ain't nothing happened. But in those 3 days, it wasn't devil's day because people died. Children died. Things happened to people that you took. No, they didn't report that on the news because the news doesn't want you all to know. This is why we have sources. For 3 whole days, babies, children, adults, senior citizen, middle-aged, married couples, they died within those 3 days because it was the devil's day. And the devil and the devil, his archons, his demons, they roam the street. Because when you went out there on Halloween night, on Hallows night, what you were doing, you was stirring up the dead. 1 minute after 12, they was walking and they were killing, they were taking people's lives. But wait a minute, Billy Ariel and Resistance Team, they don't know what they're talking about. They're a bunch of hogwash. But I'm gonna tell you this to make a long story short. You can think and say and feel the way, whatever you want to say about me, Billy RL, and the Resistance Team. Without the Resistance Team, there's no Billy RL, there's no Katrina, there's no Advisor, Original Messenger, and without us, there's no team. We are all united together, and we know this for a fact. We can call them in the middle of the night, and they will come. They will travel with us. They will lay down their own life for the sake of the team. They have given up their mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers who talk, stupid talk. Stop it. They have given them up. Because, see, we're thinking with our subconscious state of mind. Our third eye is open. We know what time of day it is, and we believe our sources. Our sources is right there in the midst of what's going on. But you all don't believe it. How can Villarreal, a resistance team, have? But we do, people. And because we haven't told you our sources are, and we're not going to do that. There's so many people that have been with us and have come step forward and have told and stated the facts and the truth and have given the knowledge. They have been taken out. So you think we're going to be stupid enough to do something like that? No, we're not. But I tell you people, you better wake up. You're sitting back in your houses and you're not doing a thing. It's time to stand up. And I'm not talking about, we're not talking about the protesting and marches is over with. It's done. You're not going to do, hey, but you need to stand up and stop this mess. You need to stop it because every day it's getting worse and worse and worse. And that man in the office, in the White House, I should say, that man despised every last one of you. Every day. I don't care whether you're white, Hispanic, even the Indian people. And you think because you're Indian, he cares about your back. My father was a Native American Indian. He was from the Sioux tribe. Did you know that my father was from Nakota Sioux? No, I'm thinking about my mother. I'm sorry. My father was a Cherokee. My mother was from the Nakota Sioux. And so she doesn't care whether you're Indian, whoever, but he's making people suffer. Every day, even the babies, the children are suffering. And you all are sitting back in your homes, you're not doing a thing. Because why? As long as he's not messing with us, but he is. Because it's going to come one day that you're going to try to open that door and the door is going to be closed to you. You won't be able to open it. And you're going to look around for all of us and we're going to be gone. Because there's only so much that anyone can take of this stuff. But it takes more than 350 team members. Because if everyone had went with those men over there on June the 6th to that Capitol, things would have been done. But people was afraid. But I have to give those white brothers credit. They went there and they stormed the Capitol. They did it. They didn't care about what happened to them afterwards, but they made a show. Black people are not doing anything but dancing. Dancing. And the ancestor told you this, and the ancestor told you that. And I'm so sick of hearing that because I'll say it again. The ancestors never told you anything. I don't know where you're getting that shit from. Is it from somebody to have a bowl, crystal ball? Is it from somebody that put down the cards? All of that is witchcraft. A long time ago, it used to be really, really good, but today it's devil shit. And I know, and I've seen, and I've talked to the ancestors. No, they're not telling you anything. It's the archons. So I want to make this emblem. You all need to wake up and smell the coffee, because after a while it's going to be worse, even worser. And we, the resistance team, we're trying to hold out as long as we can. But I mean, it's only so much. Because, how much can the spirit take? This world that we're living in is a prison planet, is a hell planet. Saturn is a prison planet. That's hell. Saturn is hell. Saturn is not below us. Saturn is a hell planet. But the moon is a prison planet. Once you get there, you're not getting off of there unless you have somebody that can fully have you to escape. People, open your eyes and wake up. Today was much worse than yesterday. Tomorrow is going to be worse than today. Donald J. Trump is sitting in his office thinking of ways he can pass bills to make it hard for the American citizens. He's trying to make it really hard. So no need for you to buy a home now. There's no need for you to buy a car because the loan on a car is going to be outstanding, way more than you ever thought it was going to be. Your home is going to be pushed back. Well, I can get my home paid off, and I put down the right money, I can get my home paid off in 5 years. No, you won't. The way 47 has stated, no, you won't. He wants people to be in debt. He wants people to die, and he's still pushing. He's still pushing for the SNAP and the food stamp to be taken back. This man wants you to die, even the babies. He doesn't give a concern about you or your children. He wants them to die. But in that White House over there, he's being fed 3 meals a day and then some. His wife and his son is being fed 3 meals a day and then some. And you all still sit back and say, It's going to be all right. Because the ancestors this and the ancestors that, you're a bunch of damn fools. And I don't mind saying it. You are. You're a bunch of damn fools. Keep on thinking that the ancestors told you something. Keep on thinking that the ancestors visit you in the midnight hour. Keep on thinking that. Your demise is coming soon. And it's sad to live in this world here, on this planet here, and knowing that everything else is on people's minds except for the realness of what's going on. I've always said, and I will say again, knowledge is obtained, whereas power is gained. Use it and don't abuse it. Because once you abuse the knowledge that you have, it's over. It's over, people. And it's over for a lot of you out there. A lot of you are going to that moon of death, the first moon and or the second moon. A lot of you will be going to Saturn. Saturn is truly hell. Hell is not below us, it's above us. So, but I know the resistance team, we're getting tired because we can't fight this thing ourselves. It takes more than 350 people. And I'm talking about getting out there and doing something about it. That protesting and marches is not going to do this. Over with. That's why 47 thinks he's a king, because you all made him that by shouting it. But that's all I can say. Hi, and this is me, Billy Ariel, real life. And that's exactly what I'm all about. That's what my name is, real life. I hope a change has been made. But if not, we hope that when you do leave this planet, that you will be free, free completely. And if you don't, woe be unto you. Billy Ariel, real life.